NYSE TV Live, I'm Pete Ash.
And I'm Trinity Chavez. It's Thursday, June 1st, and we have a very busy day ahead. We're seated here high above the trading floor at the New York Stock Exchange. Pete, we have a lot to look forward to today.
Definitely. Every day, Trinity, here at the New York Stock Exchange. You never know what's going to happen. Each day for the last 231 years has brought unique challenges and triumphs along the journey to become the largest and most liquid market in the world. The numbers today are staggering, with over 1 trillion messages coursing through our system each day, helping move trillions in shareholder capital. But it's not just about the numbers and statistics, but the people who come to exchange ideas and visions, the thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and heads of state who are all changing the world in their own ways.
It's true. I find myself extremely fortunate to be able to tell these stories. For example, today we are welcoming and celebrating Knife River's listing here at the New York Stock Exchange. It joins the ranks of our over 2,400 companies who list their stocks with us. Knife River provides construction materials to big and small projects.
Definitely. And Knife River connects to mining, one of the trades captured in the statues above the New York Stock Exchange facade, and the earliest industrialization by humans. Today, technology can take the raw materials from the ground and turn them into the infrastructure of the modern world, from roads to windows to walls.
And it can be a very important economic indicator when we look at new home construction sales too. April saw a slight increase in new home building, and more than 40 states saw a rise in construction employment in April from 1 year ago. We'll be talking with a market analyst and former floor broker in just a bit with more insights.
And just like the exchange isn't just about the numbers, a company like Knife River isn't just about the products it creates, but the hundreds of people it employs to help guide the company through milestones like today and tackle the problems of tomorrow. Later, you'll be speaking with Knife River CEO Brian Gray to learn about the company, how it navigates its ups and downs in the market, and its goal to use the materials to build the roads, bridges, and airport runways to make the connection.
And Brian Gray started as president on March 1st, but he was no stranger to the business side. He was already on the job for 29 years as president of the Northeast region, and it's great to see these kind of advancements within the company.
Definitely, and in just a short while, we'll be watching him and his colleagues ring the opening bell, open the U.S. equity market, and introduce Knife River to the listed companies here on the New York Stock Exchange.
And before we get down there and join all of the celebrations, we at the New York Stock Exchange are extremely happy to support the start of Pride Month. And nearly 1 year ago, our listed company Grindr went public and brought a lot of awareness to the month and successful online dating apps. We'll have a look back on that a little bit later. Grindr will also be ringing our closing bell later on today, and we're going to be closing out Asian American Pacific Islander Month, and we'll have some really important conversations on the interactions of business, acumen, activism, and representation. Pete and I are going to head down to the trading floor as we get on with a Knife River excitement, and we'll leave you with some conversations on AAPI month. We'll see you in a few minutes.
We're stronger together.
You have been hugely successful in your own right. How do you use your platform to help in this industry?
I mean, one of the biggest ways most recently is through my television show on Hulu, Taste the Nation. I mean, the whole ethos of Taste the Nation is bringing stories to light that you don't normally see on mainstream media, and also giving communities who don't get to tell their own stories a platform to tell their own stories, and take that and shape that and give it the same high caliber A-list treatment that usually only the dominant culture gets.
How have you navigated your own brand building and being an entrepreneur, throughout the years?
I think I've been lucky in that I've been able to make a living doing what I am naturally interested in, be that food or my advocacy, or Taste the Nation is a direct result of my advocacy with the ACLU. And what I like about the ACLU is it's apolitical. It just sees everyone as equal. And everything I've done, even in my entrepreneurship with home goods or jewelry, has all been an offshoot of things that have been a big part of my life organically. And I think as a person, as a businesswoman, and as a creative, that is the greatest privilege you can ask for. We all work hard. We're all going to spend way too many hours at work when we could be with our families and loved ones. And so you may as well do something you love. I for a long time, I never saw my heritage as an Asian American woman be a part of what I was doing. You know, other than acting roles, I was playing myself. There was nothing intrinsically Indian about the roles I was doing as a host, as a producer, or as a writer. But then I started noticing patterns that I was drawing from my own culture, as we all do. And I wouldn't have been able to write the encyclopedia of spices and herbs if I didn't have a background that brought me up understanding spices and then made me curious about the world's spices. Or my jewelry, which was influenced also by my Indian culture. And the same thing with everything, you know, I've worked on in the sphere of design. I think what's going to be important is to communicate and convey, like convince people in powerful positions, people who have the money to greenlight businesses or creative projects or, you know, whatever the said thing is, that not only is investing and seeking out Asian representatives and voices to help them actualize those projects. You know, it's good for business, to be honest. You know, we have a huge number of people just on the globe who have a lot of buying power. You know, that's why you're starting to see, even in ad campaigns like Louis Vuitton and others, you know, you're starting to see Chinese faces, you know, Indian Bollywood faces that many Americans don't even know who they are, but they're there because all of these big multinational corporations understand that the market is huge in Asia.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Padma, for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
People are surprised that the president of Billboard looks like this. As I've come up in my career, you know, only in the last, I would say, 4 to 5 years, that I've started to see, you know, a lot more folks who look like me starting to take command and or earn their way up by way of merit and or just being entrepreneurial and creating their own businesses as executives, right, and in making an impact. And so, you know, the representation part has been the toughest part, I would say. And but I will say that, you know, at the same time, there is a concerted effort that I'm seeing, you know, by corporations, by boards, by teams, by executive teams, to recognize AAPI contributions as well as make us a part of, you know, the rank and file. Not only that, but in leadership positions as well.
And how would you say that you utilize your platform to contribute to diversity, equity, and inclusion goals of what initiatives can be enhanced to the overall impact?
Well, specific to Billboard and the music industry, the media industry that our brand and business contributes to, first and foremost, it starts inside, right? And so I will tell you that the workforce and the team that we have here at Billboard is very diverse. It includes Asian Americans, certainly, but from people from many, many different diverse backgrounds, not only in ethnicity, but also in thought and approach, right? And so we believe that, you know, in order for us to authentically espouse, you know, a message of diversity and inclusion, it starts within, you know, our own business first. Externally, when you look at the content that we produce, the types of artists, obviously, that we put on our covers, to the social videos that we create, as well as celebrate them by way of the tentpole experiences that we program throughout the entire year, whether that be the Billboard Music Awards, or Billboard's Women in Music, or Billboard's Latin Music Week. You can tell by those experiences that, you know, we have been putting DEI efforts, you know, at the forefront, you know, of our business and our brand for many, many years. And we're just going to get started on AAPI as well. Do I see progress? Absolutely. But is there more work to be done? 100%.
Mm-hmm. Always more work to be done. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Trinity.
Now we are here on the trading floor right underneath the Bell Podium, and as you see right behind me, the whole executive team of Knife River is getting ready to open up the U.S. equity markets. An exciting day, Pete.
Definitely, but the excitement right now is here on the trading floor. And, you know, they always say the bright lights of Hollywood, but just really the bright lights of Wall Street. You can see right here in the crowd with people with eye protection, make sure they're safe. This is just a small part of the hundreds
we're
of people.
Just a little teaser. But as you can see, dozens of Knight River's colleagues, friends, family here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. A huge moment in itself because this is a closed trading floor. It is not open to the public. Only guests of our listed companies are able to be here on the floor to be a part of this captivating moment.
Definitely, and I heard them scheming earlier, make sure they're loud, because as that loud cheering hits going to start the opening bell,
yes,
make sure to break into that coverage. We'll be covering it for you all back home, but also making sure everyone, whether they're on the trading floor or anywhere across the country, can hear it.
And for everybody who is watching right now, this is an active trading floor. We have between 1 to 200 traders right now actively placing in orders that have come in overnight as we prepare to open up the market. So you might see some traders zipping past us at some points in times throughout the day because, again, it is active. There's always something going on here at the New York Stock Exchange.
Definitely, and particularly with the company listing today, Knife, that'll be a special moment. You'll be covering a little later the first trade bell, but when that bell rings, that's really an announcement to the global equity markets that, it's time to get going, it's time to start trading, but as you said, those traders have been here for hours already.
Yep.
They'll help open the markets. They'll get everything flowing. Mm-hmm. And then we'll talk a little bit to some people here on the trading floor.
And I love how you pointed out how it gets so bright. It's kind of like a movie set. And that's exactly what's going to happen with the team here at Knight River on that bell podium. It's like a movie set, a Hollywood movie set, if you will. All eyes around the world are going to be on Knight River, opening up the U.S. equity markets, opening up that opening bell. I mean, on any given day, around 100 million people could be watching, whether you're having a cup of coffee here on the East Coast or a cocktail in Europe. I mean, all eyes, again, are going to be on Knight River.
Definitely, and this is their sort of their come out party. Part of an already listed company, MGU, spinning them out. One of the interesting transactions that we're able to facilitate here with our market model, with our DMM traders,
who
to bring them into it.
We'll talk to in a little bit. And actually, just in about 15 seconds, we're going to hear the crowd behind us start to get really wild as we open up the markets exactly at 9:30 a.m. So let's listen into that.
Across the trading floor, I'm joined by Jay Woods, the Chief Global Strategist at Freedom Capital Markets, wearing the orange tie, getting in on the action. But let's jump into some more bigger news than going on across. Last night, the House voted on the deal, pushed the debt ceiling. I'll be honest, I was not where I thought that was going. Happened a lot quicker. So now we have a debt ceiling through January 2025, so a couple of years before we have to worry about this again. How are the markets dealing with that news?
Well, the markets are taking this in stride. There were a lot of big headlines that made people think, oh my gosh, this is going to be a bigger event than it really was. S&P 500 is up 2 points. On Tuesday after the weekend, when we had it agreed to in principle, the S&P 500 closed up like a third of 1,000th of 1% or 1 point. So it hasn't had that impact on the markets. We were expecting a little more volatility. We got that overnight last night until it was passed. And now smooth sailing. We got through May, June 1st, and Knife River here. It's a good start to the month.
Yeah, and that deal did have some concessions, so flattening government spending for the next 2 years. As you look at that, I mean, is that something the market's considering this morning, or has that already been baked in on any deal that was going to happen?
Yeah, I think everything's been baked in. The market wasn't surprised by anything that happened overnight. As far as spending cuts, we'll see it from sector to sector. I watch the defense sector right now to see what impact it may have on that, because there weren't cuts there, so maybe there's a positive impact. But overall, market taking things in stride. We've been sideways for a while, and I think we're going to continue to go sideways until the Fed is going to give us their next FOMC decision on the 13th and 14th of June.
Yeah, I guess with the debt ceiling sort of pushed off a little bit, we're now, always something coming. So some early job reports coming today, but the big one coming tomorrow. What do you think the Fed's looking for?
The Fed is looking for a slight slowdown, that their rate hike cycle has actually slowed down the economy, so inflation is under control. And unfortunately, one of the impacts of that is a slowdown in the job market. Jobs have been robust. We're at 50-year highs in unemployment, which is a great thing. But, when you're trying to tame inflation, one of the negative impacts is job growth slows. We haven't seen that. Wage growth is still strong. So we want a number that comes in line, and then we'll see how they react to that. The big number will be the CPI on the 13th. Until then, it could be kind of quiet.
All right. And you mentioned sectors you're looking at. You mentioned knife listing. Great bridge right there. Yeah. So Knife River, working in the construction sector where, particularly over COVID, big inflation. What are you looking for in that sector, and what does a listing like Knife mean for it?
Well, first of all, congratulations to the Knife team. I see my friend Tom McCardle is handling the order flow over there. That's exciting. The noise, the bell, it was great to have the crowd here. But, as far as construction goes, the millennials are moving out, and there is a lot of good signs that people are looking to expand. We know that the housing market has been tight. There needs to be a lot of new construction. So now is a good time for a company like this to really use the public markets to grow, and hopefully the stock price continues to do so as well. They're being included in the S&P Midcap 400 on the opening today, so that's exciting as well. But yeah, it's a sector that, mortgage rates have made it a little complicated, but people are moving out. People need places to go, so construction spending should be, pretty good and pretty steady for the next 5 to 10 years.
Amazing. And speaking of places to go, I know you got to get to your actual day job. We thank you, as always, for joining us on NYSE TV Live. Yep. And so we'll throw it to my colleague, Trinity Chavez.
So one thing that sets the New York Stock Exchange apart from any other establishment in the world is the fact that we have a designated market maker here on the floor. This is a person that is following your stock, standing with your stock for the days, weeks, months, years ahead. We have had some of our listed companies be listed here for upwards of 200 years. In fact, we just celebrated Con Edison's 200-year anniversary. Now, Knife River's designated market maker is actually Citadel right here behind us, and I'm going to talk to their designated market maker, Pete Giacchi. He is the head of trading for Citadel Securities. It's very busy, again, an active trading floor. So Pete, can you tell me the significance in your role here today?
Sure. So first of all, we're super excited for the Knife River spinoff. Obviously, you can see the companies here. They're getting ready to ring the ceremonial first bell. Our role as DMM is to help have an orderly market, provide liquidity, make sure the stock opens in an orderly fashion.
And again, Pete just said that this is the first trade bell, and so it's very significant. This happens just one time. Let's take a look right now at the trade bell as we welcome in the executive team of Knife River here as they get ready to ring that first trade bell. Ringing the opening bell is hugely significant, but ringing the first trade bell only happens one time. There's Brian Gray right now. He is the CEO of Knife River, and he is going to be the one, along with his colleague right there, ringing that first trade bell. So again, everybody is very excited, capturing every single moment. They have Knife River's orange on today, as I do as well. So again, this is hugely exciting, Pete, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. Always an exciting morning. New listing. I always say every morning we ring an opening bell, but we don't always ring a first trade bell. So great day to bring that on the floor.
It's such a great day. And in fact, we're going to listen in here in just a few moments because I'm anticipating this first trade bell to take place in any moment.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see the CEO is getting ready to go. John Tuttle behind him. He's going to give him that mallet, and we're going to get that bell ringing before you know it.
Yes. Yeah, no, so again, we're trying to gather everyone. Pete Giacchi is just right behind the crowd right now, trying to make his way over to the Citadel Post 5. This is where they are sort of a resource here on the trading floor for Knife River, so they can again utilize this as a resource to talk about the stocks and pricing it out and any sort of volatility happening in the market. They navigate through it.
And their GMM is Tom McCardle, who is basically behind John Tuttle. You can see him in the back of the shot pricing out the security. He just said the recent price. We're looking actually still at a decent range, so we need that range to narrow, and that's really what we're waiting for buyers and sellers to come together. Anyone back home, you took Economics 101, we need supply to meet demand, and then we can start trading this stock.
Yeah.
All right, and the stock The stock is open and we broke the mallet.
Yes, and I have it. I have it here for them as a little souvenir. We're going to give it to Brian because actually I'm going to speak with Brian, who is the CEO, just right after this in just a few moments. But again, an exciting day. As you can see right there, they are broke the mallet. I think this is the first time I've actually seen a mallet being broke on the first trade bell.
Yeah, it used to happen every once in a while, but now it's the first one in a while. We've had a pretty quiet IPO season. So we'll hold that hostage and make sure we can talk to Brian.
Okay.
Brian, we're going to speak in just a few moments right now, but look at what I got. So a souvenir.
Yeah, that's right.
Souvenir.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. What? Don't say sorry.
Yeah,
now you.
we're back to the bell together. So.
Oh, how exciting!
We'll get some glue. We'll fix it up.
For sure. I'm going to give that to you. So, Brian, you just rang the first trade bell. Got very exciting. I even got a little souvenir here.
It's been a long couple of months for our CFO, so he did a great job.
Oh, wow.
I'm very proud of him.
You definitely have to save that as a little souvenir.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we could not be more excited to be here. Obviously, we got a little too excited, but great day for Knife River. All of our 6,000 team members back at home working, delivering concrete, paving highways. Could not be more excited to be here on the New York Stock Exchange with all of you.
How significant is that to you? What has been your favorite part about the day so far?
Oh, just I'm ringing the bell up there and being with my teammates, our region presidents, our management policy committee, just all of the team members. My family is over here, which I just love them being here. So it's just been an exhilarating, awesome day.
What do you anticipate for the future? What are you most excited for?
Well, I mean, very excited about just Knife River. We build America's infrastructure. We provide aggregates, sand and gravel, stone, concrete, asphalt, and we go out and pave the runways and highways. And so building America's infrastructure and just providing long-term shareholder value is going to be an awesome run for Knife River.
It obviously takes a hugely committed team to everyone who's watching near and far. What would you like to tell everyone who's watching?
Thank you. I mean, if it's our team members out in the field today, thank you. You helped us get here today. Thank you to MDU Resources for allowing this to happen, our board of directors, and we just could not be more excited for the future at KNF, Knife River.
Exactly. So, well, thank you so much, Brian, for today. Enjoy and congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's find my colleague Pete Ash. There he is.
All right, that's exciting time.
It is such an exciting time. I can't believe they actually broke the mallet. I mean, that's the first time that I've ever seen the mallet actually broken on the first trade bell. I've seen the gavel broken ringing the opening bell, but never the first trade bell.
Definitely, but Knife River opens the market. It's going to be a very exciting day here at the New York Stock Exchange. We open with Knife River. We're going to close with the grinder, celebrating the opening of Pride Month.
Yep, and they were here just nearly a year ago. And let's bring in some of our colleagues to talk about this. Judy Shaw, she's the host of NYSE TV's Floor Talk. Hi, Judy.
Hi, everyone. Hello, Trinity.
And Ian Owens.
Hi. Hi. Ian is one of the event planners who brings this place to life every day. He's responsible for making sure that everything from the groups down here, that the mallet, you got to replace your mallet, by the way. We broke a mallet on the opening bell.
That's a good sign. Good sign of things to come, yeah.
So today is the first day of Pride Month, and you're going to be speaking to the CEO of Grindr. They were just here just about a year ago. What can we expect to see on Floor Talk?
Okay, so this afternoon I will be talking with George Arison, the CEO of Grindr, here to celebrate the first day of Pride Month. We're going to do a Floor Talk interview, talking about the growth of the app. We'll talk about strategic priorities for 2023 and beyond, and also talking about advocacy. So that's what we plan for this afternoon. So stay tuned for the closing bell today and for Floor Talk.
And tell everyone where they can catch your Floor Talk.
Absolutely. So you can check out Floor Talk on NYSE Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube.
Perfect. And Ian, you actually hosted Grindr's IPO, right?
I did. I can't believe it was actually a full year ago. It was a really great day. The energy was infectious. Everybody was involved. Even the people out front got involved. It was just a really great day. I think we all knew what it represented. We plan a lot of events here, like numerous a day, but that was one of the most fun planning ones. Big shout out to Allie Perry and Kim Robinson. They did a great job. We knew what it represented, and so we really wanted to show up and show out. And it was a great day. And seeing that giant Grindr logo out front was kind of iconic. He's like, we're here, we're queer, and now we're part of one of the best communities on the world. Yeah.
Definitely, and thinking about that, the role you play every day. I mean, when you're working with these companies, how important is it to them that this whole day goes off without a hitch? And who are some of the other people you mentioned? Ali and Kim, but who are some of the other people you want to give a shout out to everyone?
I think all of us come to work every day and we really love our jobs. Everyone here kind of makes the cog work in the big system. I think it's almost like a wedding. You kind of want it to be perfect, but things happen. But I think what makes this place so special is our resilience. If something goes wrong, we fix it and we move on, and we know that in the end, them listening here and them choosing us is one of the best decisions they could have made. And so we're honored to be here every day and make these dreams and create opportunities and create jobs and create a brighter future for everyone involved.
And we're all here to tell the story for
exactly. it. Any of us could have said that better ourselves. Yeah. So I guess with that, it's time to go, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you all for watching back at home.
Together, we built something truly beautiful in the true iconic notion of what America is all about.
This is our task, this is our mission. We have a clear focus and we have the ability to be agile and innovate as a young startup.
It takes years of dedication to get us to this milestone. It is all because of you.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. It is the only thing that ever has.
To be a woman leader, it's not so easy, but it's easy if the passion and the love is coming from your heart.
The New York Stock Exchange is the symbol of what America is all about. Potential of capitalism, the potential of an American dream.
The only way you can move a society forward is a true expression of freedom.